Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a TV pilot review and I'll be having a look at the first episode of Penny Dreadful. This is a co-production between Showtime and Sky TV here in the UK. And basically it's set in the late 1800s. And essentially it's a kind of gothic horror tale where we have a collection of sort of literary characters such as Frankenstein. We're going to have Dorian Gray and things like that. A little bit like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in a way, I suppose. And they are basically teaming up to, well, this certainly, as it seems in the first episode here, trying to go after some vampire menace. And the characters are based on Dracula, although Dracula isn't actually name dropped in this actual pilot episode. And what the actual story is here, we have a kind of a formation of a kind of group. We have a character, Sir Malcolm, played by former James Bond Timothy Dalton, and basically he's kind of got this right hand woman played by Eva Green, who's kind of some kind of psychic woman, and they recruit Josh Hartnett's character, who is kind of this American kind of Wild West sort of gunslinger, but kind of for show, for like he does shows and stuff, but he's obviously, you know, very well trained in firearms. And they also recruit Dr. Frankenstein, who just happens to be experimenting on bringing back the dead. And essentially it's the kind of formation of this group, I suppose. And we have some sort of exposition about why it's happening. And apparently Timothy Dalton's character's daughter has been sort of taken by this kind of this. They don't actually say vampires, but that's basically what it is. And it's really that kind of I guess the origin of this kind of this group of people sort of coming together. As I say, Dorian Gray is a character who will be introduced later on. I think he's going to be in like the third episode or so. So what's it like? Well, it's a very, very well made production. It kind of does remind me a lot of the recent Dracula series that was actually on not so long ago, and a lot of people are saying it's kind of a little bit like the American Horror story, but I haven't actually seen that, so I couldn't really comment to that. I think it's very, very well made. As obviously it's got a very good calibre of actor here. Personally, I find Eva Green overacts a little bit, and I find if I had to have some criticisms, there's a little bit of that here as well, and it's maybe a little bit melodramatic at times. But overall, this is a really, really good production. It looks fantastic. Good sort of location shooting. It looks very much like obviously the period where it's meant to be set at. And there are some sort of genuinely sort of spooky moments in it as well. We have kind of a battle sort of relatively early on in the episode against these kind of vampires, and then we have, as we sort of get to know the sort of characters and sort of Frankenstein, what he's up to again, it leads to some quite sort of scary moments. And it definitely is a show that's kind of, I'm intrigued to see where it goes from here. Like I said, a couple of minor issues, I suppose, is I think it can be on the touch from the melodramatic side, and I think it's deliberately a little bit kind of confusing in a way. So I think some people will be kind of possibly a little bit off-put by not really understanding what's going on. I think you'll probably understand the whole picture, obviously, once you've seen the whole series. And I think some people are going to like that. Some people will kind of not quite sure what they're watching initially. But like I said, I think the acting, even though I find Eva Green sometimes a little bit overact, but generally speaking, it's very, very good, very intriguing. The effects are good as well. Quite minimalistic, but they used to sort of good effect. So I'll see what it's like. I think this is going to be a pretty decent show. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10 for this pilot episode. Have you seen it? What do you think? Leave me a comment and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.